Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Innovation is an inexhaustible force for a country and nation. Currently, a new educational paradigm to cultivate innovative talents. STEAM education is gradually entering the horizon of society and will become a global education strategy in the era of the global socio-economic world. STEAM or STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics. It is derived from the STEM education STEM strategy proposed by the US government. Initially, there were only four disciplines, namely Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. Then joined the arts to become a more inclusive, comprehensive education. STEM education aims to break down the boundaries of subject areas, promote project-based learning methods, and emphasize experimental and practical. This is a new educational concept and learning method. Before going deeper into STEAM, STEAM, let me introduce our group members. Previously, we were from first group with members myself Muhammad Fawaz Abian with student number 75, and then Lilik Nur Anissa with student number 84, and then there is Virginia Ginta Fahrani with student number 90, and finally Radefa Adelina with student number 96. Okay, before entering the materials, one of our members, namely Virginia Ginta, will explain the focus of our discussion, and at the same time she will also explain the first material. Then I leave it to Virginia Ginta. Please welcome.
Hello everyone, my name is Virginia Ginta Fahrani. You can call me Ginta, and my last student number is 90. Okay, there are several focus of discussion from our group, and the first one is to explain about the definition of STEAM, and the second one is to explain about the importance of STEAM, and the third is about STEM versus STEAM, and next is about the STEAM educational model, and the last one is to explain about the STEAM process. Okay, now we are going to the first material. Okay, the first material is about the definition of STEAM. What is STEAM? STEAM education is an approach to learning that uses science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics as access point for guiding students' inquiry, dialogue, and critical thinking. STEAM is the second step of STEM education, in which one incorporates the artistic and design-related skills and thinking processes to students' learning process. As such, STEAM education is supposed to be gender inclusive and accessible for all levels of technical abilities. Okay, now we are going to the second material. Okay, the second material is about why is STEAM education important. Study from 2014 shows the connecting STEM and literacy can positively impact cognitive development, increase literacy and math skills, and help students reflect meaningfully on their work and that of their peers. In addition, the importance of STEAM education in school is to give students the opportunity to learn creatively using 21st century skills such as problem solving. And then the importance of these skills for getting a job in the future. Besides that, this general ability is very important to grow a workforce that is ready to face the future, who can understand the potential when solving problems that occur in real life. Okay, the next material will be delivered by Lily. Thank you.
Thanks to the previous presenter, I will continue the material by explaining the next topic. Previously, let me introduce myself. My name is Silik Nur Anissa, and my last student number is 84. Now, I'm going to explain the differences between STEM and STEAM. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. It is an innovative approach to learning and development that integrates in the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. While STEAM represents STEM plus the art in it, such as humanities, language art, dance, drama, music, design, and new media. The main differences between STEM and STEAM is STEM explicitly focus on scientific concept. It can be said that the basic purpose of STEM is to provide students with the opportunity to experience the various way of learning and also to increase the student interest in the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. While there are many advantages to STEM, it has one major drawback. It is a lack of focus on the other fields like literature, art, and music. Thus, it can help their brain development, communication skill, and also critical reading skills. And then STEAM investigate the same concept, but does this through inquiry and problem-based learning that used in the creative process. This looks like group learners working collaboratively to create a visually appealing product or object that is based on the understanding of the STEM concept, such as the mathematics of the parable used to create fine art imagery. In the essence, STEAM is a STEM concept with coupled art in it. That's all from me. And the next topic will be presented by my friend Radeva. Thank you.
Thank you very much to my previous presenter for welcoming me to continue the next materials today. Well, hello people, my name is Radeva Edulina. My student number is 1801050096. Basically, STEAM is the project-centered learning model. In addition, STEAM model learning must be balanced and properly understood in both its intentions and its implementations. Here, there are several things that need to be applied in the STEAM teaching model. Okay, the first point, but I please you to read first in the PPT screen. Okay, in this first point means that we have to understand the basic of teaching that will be conducted in the class, including the standard of the material, how to assess or what kind of the scoring points, and also the lesson plan that will be implemented in the class. Cause the STEAM model have synergy and be applied deliberately with these points. In this second point means that we as the STEAM approach users may be encouraged to collaborate on each element of the STEAM learning. For instance, when we will build a building, we can collaborate the theory of trigonometry and statistics. Besides, the teaching and assessment cannot be separated. It must be tied together and compost one another. Okay, the next. For the previous explanation, our STEAM approach is mostly the learning model focused on project-based learning. So it means working team is absolutely needed, including investigations, collaboration, and of course, the long step is namely process. All of this must be held by all members in the STEAM learning approach. Okay, for the last point, in this STEAM model approach, we are introduced to the word of art. Here, art is used as the finished medium for the result of our collaboration or for the working team. Besides, it can be also the authentic evidence, so we can evaluate from the result. Okay, we will continue to the next material is talking about what kind of factors can grow up the STEAM method in the school. First is collaboration. You must read first the material on the PPT slide. Collaboration. It is the most important thing because the best of STEAM model is working in a group. So, when we will implement this model in the class, make sure that collaboration between student with another student must appear and work well. Okay, the next point means that when we are going to use the STEAM model in class, as teacher, we must be creative and innovative person because varied teaching will make students more excited and the learning process always has a colorful. The STEAM model will also be easier to run in the class and can perfectly absorbed by the student in the class. Okay, the third point means that improving the quality and professionalism of teacher is the absolute duty of the teacher. When the teacher has mastered in understanding the method of applying the STEAM model properly, of course, process of receiving materials by students will run smoothly because the teacher knows how to handle and carry out the learning process accordingly. Okay, in this first point means that we have to make the planning in implementing this model in the class. We have to know how to carry out the material with appropriate curriculum, how to guide our students, how to assess our students too. Of course, all of this is doing with the best of STEAM schema. Okay, the fifth point, all of us is knowing that the education system policy in Indonesia has changed almost in every year, including its standard material, curriculum, and the aspects of assessing. So this model, STEAM approach, must be able to adapt and follow up with the changes that occur. So the school must be creative and have the own way to renew the newest way in teaching. The last point means that teacher must have a plan, strategy, and time reminder to perform this method. So the process will be more disciplined and planned. Okay, this is for me. My next presenter is Fawaz Abian.
Okay, thank you, Radeva. Next to the material is the process of the STEAM education. There are actually 6 steps to creating a STEAM-centered classroom, no matter what area you teach. In each step, you are working through both the content and the art standards to address a central problem or essential question. What's great about this process is that you can as easily use it to help plan for a lesson as you can to facilitate the actual learning process in your STEAM classroom. Let's take a look at each step. 1. Focus. In this step, we are selecting an essential question to answer or problem to solve. It's important to have a clear focus on both how this question or problem related to the STEM and the arts content area you've chosen. 2. Detail. During the detail phase, you're looking for the elements that are contributing to the problem or question. When you are observing the correlation to other areas or why the problem exists, you begin to unearth a lot of key background information, skills or process that students already have to address the question. 3. Discovery. Discovery is all about active research and intentional teaching. In this step, students are researching current solution as well as what isn't working based on the solution that already exists. As a teacher, you can use this stage to both analyze the gaps your students may have in a skill or process and to teach those skills or process explicitly. 4. Application. This is where the fun happens. After students have dived deep into a problem or question and have analyzed current solution as well as what still needs addressed, they can begin to create their own solution or composition to the problem. This is where they use the skill, process and knowledge that were taught in the discovery stage and put them to work. 5. Presentation. Once students have created their solution or composition, it's time to share. It's important that the work is presented for feedback and as a way for expression based on a student's own perspective surrounding the question or problem at hand. This is also an important opportunity to facilitate feedback and help students learn how to give and receive input. And the last one is link. This step is what closes the loop. Students have a chance to reflect on the feedback that was shared and on their own process and skills. Based on that reflection, students are able to revise their work as needed and produce an even better solution. So that we can understand more about STEAM material, please watch the STEAM implementation video at this link. Finally, we come to the end of the presentation session. If you have any questions, please just ask them to our groups. That's all for us. Thanks for your attention. Happy watching the video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.